Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, this is Layla Preston from 365daysofnoscreens.com, where I help families balance screen time and make the most of their days. So today is going to be something different. We are going to go through a whole business setup right from the very beginning. So buying a domain, setting that domain up on a hosting channel, installing WordPress, and just setting up a basic theme. A friend of mine is thinking about branching out into beauty, and I absolutely am all for it. She's very, very talented, and she wants to get away from the rat race and join the world of online business. And I think that's an absolutely great idea for parents who want to balance life and work and productivity and screen time and all those kind of things. I think an online business is the best avenue for that, especially when you're selling digital products. So today I will be going through the whole process. So I will get the domain name from a very good friend of mine who owns a hosting company, unicorn.host.co. This is the company. And we will look for a domain suitable for my friend's business. And we will set that up, my friend's website. So this is my friend's hosting website. This is where I host all my domains. I have multiple domains, and it's very, very cheap, and she's very responsive and a good friend of mine. So, and she's also my web developer, and she's the one who got me into a lot of the videos and topics, especially on AI. She's the key indicator for that. So let's go and find a perfect domain. My friend's name is Gular, so we decided we're going to go with Gular Beauty because it's got a lovely ring to it. So let's search and see if that's available. And it is amazing. So I have an account with Unicorn Host already, as I said. So I'm going to click Add to Cart. And then what I'm going to do is just log in to my account. Here you can see I've got the top package because I've got multiple domains, and you've got my ultimate package. If you click on View Details, you can see that my amount is $18.99 a month, and this is the ultimate package. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to domains, and we're going to find our new domain. Again, click search. So we found Gular Beauty, which I think is a great name. I'm going to add to cart, check out, and then we'll just buy this domain. Now that we've bought the domain, we can go to the client area, click on client area, and we're going to do some setups for this domain. Go to our package, and we're just going to log into the control panel. No, we're not. No, we're not. Let's go. So we're going to go to cp.unicornhost.co, and we're going to log into our control panel. So these are all my hosting packages. You do need to purchase a hosting package before you start. I will show you the different packages that you can get. So this is my pro package, and then basic extra packages, and then you've got basic packages. And then these are all my domains, and Kulo Beauty will be coming up on here at the moment. So what you do is go to unicornhost.co. I'm just going to show you the different packages before we carry. The pricing packages that you can get are beginner packages, which is $7.99 per month. This is the basic package, the beginner package. You get one WordPress website, you get 80 gigabytes of space, website space, monthly bandwidth of 130 gigabytes, and 10 email accounts, which are 10 gigabytes each, a free SSL certificate, so you can get the HTTPS rather than the HTTP, unlimited subdomains, speed optimized daily backups, and daily malware scanning. With the Grow package, you get $13.99 per month, and with that you get an access to Canva graphics, a free domain, and then with the Pro account you get $16.99 per month. Actually, you get 2 months free if you go annual with each package, and with these extra you get a free theme and installation with annual plans only. So this is the one that I'm on, and what I do is I buy hosting packages to house my domains, and then I have one ultimate package because I have like literally so many domains. So once we've bought the hosting package and the domain, we've got the domain. So if you go with the pro, you'll get a free domain. So I would probably recommend, if you're really going to be serious about this, to think about getting not the beginner package, but maybe the other two. And hopefully Gular Beauty should come up at the end of my list of domains and hosting packages. So as you can see here, Gillo Beauty has just come up, basic, and then the domain should be here. So what we're going to do is click on the hosting package, click on manage. So once you get to this is your domain package. So here are all your details. This is your home path, your temporary URL, IP address, and the incoming mail server and outgoing mail server. This is for when you're setting up your emails, which we will do so in a minute. And these are all your tools. I won't go through everything. I'll just go through the main bit because all the deep dive stuff will be in another video. But this is everything that you can look at. I rarely look at any of this stuff. What I do is I focus on email accounts, file manager if I need to upload any documents to verify anything. That generally happens with things like Google Analytics. You get a code, but now plugins have taken over that, so that's fine. And these are all like stuff that my web developer does for me, so I rarely go into that. So what we want to do is we want to use WordPress to set up our website. So we've only got a domain and a hosting package right now. We don't actually have anything to house it. So if you go into Gula Beauty, you will find that it hasn't got a website. It's just a domain we've bought. It's empty. You will be invited to install WordPress, as you can see, because you haven't attached it to anything. So you can either install WordPress by going into the hosting packages backend, or you can just type in gulabeauty.com and it automatically takes you to this page to install WordPress. So we'll do it this way because we're on this page already. So we want to go down to UK because that's where Gula will be based. UK is somewhere around here. There it is. And we just click on continue. And then here is where you can input your details for your website. So the site title will be Gula Beauty. You want to pick a username which is hard for someone else to copy. So it wouldn't be Gula or it wouldn't be Gula Beauty. It would be something else. I will create something which you can't see. So I'm going to make a note of my details in a notepad just so that I have it. And then the password. And then we click on an email, which we will set up. So what we're going to do is we're just going to add our email. We want to keep search engine visibility. So the more that we add to our content to our website, the more that Google can find it and track the content and hopefully start getting it ranking on Google. So now we click on install WordPress. So now we've done this, so we can log in to our account. And then what you do is you just log in again and then click on remember me and then log in. So where it's saying not secure at the moment, it means that it's an HTTP website. We will add SSL in a second just to secure the website. It's an SSL certificate. This is the main dashboard of WordPress. I absolutely love WordPress. It's very intuitive, very responsive and easy to use. So at the moment you've just got you should have the basic free theme, Gula Beauty, and we can change this to any kind of theme. I'm going to use my hosting friends theme. This is a very basic theme that you can find under appearance. And here you can see the 2025 WordPress theme is currently activated. I will show you how to set up a new theme in a moment. Okay, so now that we've got a very basic website set up, let's add some things into it to make it look good. What I start with generally is the theme. So we're just going to go and find a theme, my friend's theme that I use for ilamade.com. If I show you the theme, it's a really lovely theme. This is my friend's unicorn.co's theme that she's created, which you can purchase on her website. I will leave a link to where you can purchase that. And this is the theme. We're just going to go for this one because I think it's very pretty and I think it would be really nice for her beauty blog to begin with. So it's quite basic, but also really pretty. And then we'll just find that now. What I do is click on add new theme. And then I'm going to upload the theme. Choose file. There you go. Install. You'll get some information on what's happening with the installation and then you click on activate to activate the theme. Okay, and then this is the theme. This is what it looks like. If you're having a beginner or grow package, then this doesn't come with, so you would get the theme from creativeher.co, which I'll leave a link in the box below. It's creativeher.co. But if you're going for the pro package, you get a free theme and a free domain. So you actually get this for free. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to install all the starter stuff. This is the beauty of it. So what will happen is it will populate into this to look like this. So it's not basic like this and you start from scratch. It actually gives you sample posts. So if you click on this and you just install everything. Okay, I'm going to install all the sample posts, just so it makes it easier for us to populate our own information. We don't have to start from scratch, basically. Okay, so now you can choose your experience. You can Cadence AI or Classic. I'm going to go with Cadence AI. I'll show you what that means. We're to register account for Cadence WP. So I've already got one. And then we're going to go with, let's go with influencer. So let's pick some colors. So let's just go with a nice pink base for now. Click next and then let's click on it. Yep, let's import all of that into our theme. So let's get some, we're going to add some cadence blocks. What this means is just that you can edit, add text, images more easily with cadence blocks. You can drag and drop. It's a bit like Wix style. And also you can click on other options. Don't have any products at the moment, just want to make it really basic. So let's just go with cadence blocks. Click on finish and launch, and then we'll start imports. So then what they're going to do is just import all that information into our theme. So we're not starting from scratch. We've got something we can play with. You can always purchase themes from Google. So there's some great directory themes out there, some premium themes and free themes. You can go to Google and just click on a premium theme, something you want to search for, like beauty themes, premium beauty themes, WordPress themes, premium YouTube themes. You can just whatever you want, and then you can find a whole list of things. So here is our new Gula Beauty website. What we're going to do is, this looks great, doesn't it? This looks great. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go back to the customize area and we're just going to rechange all these details here. So it's not influencer and it's not Irene Bryant. So we're just going to customize, click on customize. Image, if he wants to change that image, he can. I will leave that with her. And then I'm going to go through very basic sections of WordPress. And then if you have any questions, please pop it in the comments below. If you like this kind of stuff, please let me know. Please like the video and let me know if you want me to give you more details about how to set up the website. So here you can set the header. And on the header, you can, because of cadence blocks, you can actually edit directly on here if you wanted to. You just click on the pencil and you can add your logo here if you have a logo, and a tagline here if you have a tagline, and you can edit these areas too. Here is the primary navigation bar, that's the menu, and the logo's here. You can change the settings here. Socials are at the bottom, so socials are right at the bottom here. You can edit those. You can edit this as well. You can pretty much edit anything you want with cadence blocks, but I'll just leave that with you. Girls out there, how to edit themes. I leave my web developer to do that. So I just will show you a very basic overview of WordPress because this is what I use, and I'll show you how to create a post. So once you've created a basic theme that you like, at the moment, let's just go and have a look at Gula Beauty and see what it looks like. So I just wanted to show you that because we're not using a secure certificate, an SSL certificate, you will come up with something like this, which is not great. So we're going to go back to our dashboard, the main dashboard, and we're going to change that. We're going to add a certificate to make our site secure. Go back to click on Manage, scroll down Security to Security, where it says SSL/TLS, and we're going to install our certificate. We have a free certificate with our package, and it can take up to 30 minutes. Okay, so let's just activate our free SSL, and we will wait for that to activate. Once you've done that, you should have a message here to say, please allow 30 minutes for our load balancers to reconfigure. And then we just wait until this is set up. While we're waiting for that SSL to activate, let's go through some of these sections here on the WordPress dashboard. Here is post. This is where you can find all your posts and where you can add a new post. You can also add a new post from here. You click on here. This is an example post. Here is your block editor. This is the Cadence block editor I was telling you about. Click on next. It'll just give you some information on how to use the blocks. And here is your dashboard where you write your post and some information here on the side. Here it's very simple to do. You just is your H1 tag, which is your headline, and then you can just write posts here. You can write whatever you want here. Press enter. You've got basic editor here. And then here on the side, you can change the color of your text. Here, just click on the text and you can just change the color, theme color if you wanted to. You can change the background, the size of your font. And here are just some advanced sections, which I don't normally look at if I don't need to. And then this is just the block. So each block is basically a paragraph. So if I just do ABC and I press enter, and I do 1, 2, 3, these are 2 different blocks. And so you can amend these blocks. If you want to remove a block completely, you just click on the 3 dots on the side and you can just click on delete. If you want to change this block, at the moment this is paragraph text, so this is text block. If you want to change it to a heading, you click on this little paragraph section and you can click on heading. And if you want to generate a new, so just now the heading, this is the themes font heading. And if you want to add another block, then you click on the plus sign and you have a number of options that you can use here. If you click on browse all, these are all the options you have. You can add an image, a gallery of images, even Google Maps if you wanted to. You've got all different kinds of things like a table, testimonials. These are all the media options. So you can click a video, add a video here. These are the designs, so like a page, right? Categories and things like that. I tend to not really use these. Mine's generally like a content website, whereas Gular might have a video with some socials. So she might want to add extra bits on there. And then you've got stuff that you can embed, which is really great. You can have, if you've got a YouTube video, you just add the YouTube URL here and it will automatically resize it. If you have a Twitter or X post, you can embed that. You can embed a Spotify playlist if you wanted to. There's lots of different options here that you can use with Cadence blocks. It's brilliant. And that's the new Blue Sky. But yeah, I tend not to use these. I tend to just use the basic blocks for writing and then an image if you wanted to. And then once you're done, you click on post. And this is where you can set your featured image. For Google, you really want to be trying to hit all of these as much as possible. So setting a featured image, adding an excerpt just means that when you are the RSS feed, so when someone subscribes to your website, then this will automatically get pulled out as kind of like the description of your post. And then you'll have a link, that reader will have a link to click to read more. But here you can choose the length of your excerpt or even, leave it to WordPress to do it. I would always add an excerpt just so you have control over it. This is when you can backdate when you want to publish your website, your post, or you can schedule it into the future if you wanted to. And here you can amend the link, call it like intro or about us or whatever, depending on the content of the post. You can change the link here. You can add another author. If you've done that, that goes in the WordPress panel, which will show you. And then when you've got categories, which we haven't got any yet, you can just click and add a new category here if you wanted to. So maybe we're doing a post on hair. You can add category hair. And then if it has a parent category, which it doesn't at the moment, but if you did say something like curly hair, you could add that as to the parent, like I'll show you. This is the parent category hair. And if you have curly hair, you can add that under the category hair as a subcategory, and then just add that as you see that's like has a little bit of a branch. Next, you could do things like hair tag, curly tag, etc. And what that means is just it will tag that post with relevant keywords. I don't really tend to focus on too much on these. I think it sort of gets a bit noisy, so I'll just do 3 or 4. And then once you're done, you click on save, and that publishes the article. Well, it's already published this post actually, so we just click, we're updating. But if we're doing a new post, this would say publish. And if you've set this to the future, it will say schedule here. So if we go back to the dashboard, so in a website, you will have things like about us, disclaimer, privacy policy, things like that. That's where all the pages live. The pages, so pages are different to posts. Pages tend to be sort of like the grounded content, so the main content that hardly ever changes, just gets updated regularly. But these should be live maybe in the footer section and in the navigation section. So things like about me, privacy policy, or any kind of stuff, contact forms and stuff, these tend to live with the pages section, whereas posts are like regular posts, regular articles, content that you sort of update all the time, that would be living under the posts page. And under the users, you saw where the author moment, but you can add other users. So if you have a number of users using this website, you can add a user here. And here you could add a new user, and then you could change that author. You can use different roles. So you've got administrator. Let's click on, let's add a new user so I can show you. And here you can add a username. Let's go with test, and then email, test.com. And their name, their website, password, and then you can choose whether they're going to be a subscriber, a contributor, an author, editor, or an administrator. The contributor just has access to the post. They don't have access to any of the other back-end tools. An author has a little bit more responsibility over the posts. An editor can edit anything. Administrator has full access to everything. So be careful when you click on administrator if you want them to have access to things like updating the theme, adding plugins, and all sorts. So that brings me on to my next point, plugins. So plugins is what makes the site the site. So they've got almost 15 years ago, there were very rare, not many plugins out there. Now you have plugins for everything, and plugins just embellish and enhance a website. So you'll have things like, I'll show you, if you click on add new plugin, you've got lots of free plugins that you which have a nice little directory on WordPress here. And for all my website, it just basically blocks all that spam comments, spam emails, spam hits and everything. So I would install a Kismet on there. If you want to go back, if you know WordPress, revert to the classic editor, you can do so here. I'm just going to click on activate. And then you've got Jetpack. Jetpack deals with all of your security. So you've got malware scans. So it's automatically taken me to the Kismet settings, but I won't do that right now. I will just go back and do that later. Here we go. Gutenberg, which looks a little bit like Cadence blocks, and these are like other popular plugins. And you can add as many plugins. I wouldn't recommend adding too many plugins, because they do slow down your site. But there are some very important ones like Rank Math. Rank Math is a really good one for SEO. So this is the website so far. You can choose a site icon which comes up here. So this is the site icon. So writing and reading. So I want to go down to permalinks. And here I would recommend, rather than having the day and the name, which was not, I think, in my opinion, useful information, you want to click on post name so that when you create a post, you can edit the link, and it's just much easier for people to find that URL. So I would always click on post name and then just save changes. And that's it. I just wanted to show you about how WordPress works, how you buy a hosting package, how you purchase a domain, how you install WordPress on that domain, basic overview of WordPress. And let's see if the SSL has been activated now. Nope, we're still waiting. So while we're waiting, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the hosting packages. If you want to look at the hosting plans on unicornhost.co, you can use my 35% discount code. It's code Layla, Leyla, and that's 35% off hosting plans only, not domains. So if you get a hosting plan that comes with a free domain name, the 35% off will be applied. If you purchase a hosting plan and a domain separately, that discount will only be applied to the hosting plan. If you go for the monthly plan, 35% off is only applied to the first month of payment. As you can see, the security certificate has been activated, and now if you click on Gulai Beauty, you go to the website. Here is her website so far, and I think it looks great. And so if you want to edit the page, you can click on edit page. If you want to add a new post, you can click on new post here. If you want to customize the theme, you can customize the theme. But that's it. So that's all for this video. If you have any questions, please pop it in the comments below. If you like this kind of video and want more videos like this, please pop a like in there and leave me a comment to let me know you'd like to see more. Or if you want me to deep dive into any part of this video, please also let me know in the comments below, and subscribe for more updates on things like this. All right, take care, and see you in the next video.